boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What's going on, everybody? It's evening time, and guess who didn't show up today? The company that was coming to fix my AC. So they're going to be here tomorrow, which means that I'm going to be twiddling my thumbs until then. But in the meantime, guess what? We ended up having another all-time high on Bitcoin, 126,219 as the Bitcoin surge continues. Do you remember? I hope Ryo comes in talking about Dr. Profit again, because Dr. Profit between 119 to 125 is where he's going to take all of his shorts and where he's going to start accumulating shorts. And guess what? We're at 126,200, which means that he's making bad calls. Now, if he's using low leverage like a child, like me, then he might survive it. But again, the move here, 134,800, Bitcoin not going to be denied. Not only is that the case, but the big news of the day, and folks, I cannot stress to you how important this is. Grayscale today has set up staking with Ethereum. The game just changed. All right. This is the catalyst that I've been waiting for. This is the move that's going to send Ethereum into the stratosphere. It is here. The question right now is, do we clean it out? Do we have a nice big dump first before we start making a move? And if we do, where does it look like we're going to end up? So we're going to check all that out and more. So hit that like button and we'll see where it takes us today. So here we are. This is what's going on with Bitcoin. We're on the daily right now. We're going to switch to the 4 hours. You guys can see we've got a red candle for right now after a nice big surge, and it looks like it's just continuing. And, I'm getting the sense here that over the next couple of hours, look, there's a lot of profit, by the way, that's been made so far. There's been a lot of profit that people are taking on Bitcoin right now along the way. The question is, are we going to continue this little surge, or could we possibly be done? The answer to that is, generally speaking, your global liquidity. And when we look at it on the daily right here, it looks like we're getting, like maybe, just maybe, what we're seeing right now is that market kind of bearing out this massive move right here. It's not going as high as what we would hope for, but we're still, you got to make that argument right now that despite all of the chop and everything that we've been going through, this is offset by 95 days, by the way. But based on the chop and the range that we're in right now, this could be the end of that quote unquote road. Like maybe we just didn't get the big pop that we were looking for. Still means we're going to get an altcoin season, but if I'm looking at the data right now, it's telling me that I've got a dip coming. And not only that, but we're about to go into that sort of descending channel right there as we make our way back down based on the numbers. And you look at Bitcoin, you look at where Bitcoin is right now, you look at what's happened right here in global liquidity, and it looks like that rotation happened. And we just did not get it into altcoins. We didn't get the blow off that we're looking for. We got to be honest. And that means if that is the case, then perhaps we'll get a little something coming up real soon with this sort of, we're going to get a big dip. Like it looks like that's where we are. Okay. It looks like that's where we are. The question right now is it done? If we look at it from this context and we say, well, is this number right or is it wrong? And that would be the question, right? And we look at it from this context here, and we look at it from this, in this manner, and it kind of lines up here with the reversal. It kind of is playing out the way that sort of looks. There's a lot of different outliers right now that in these surges don't look exactly right. So we're not perfect on it, but I don't know how far this goes. I mean, if we were to take this and we were to say, well, let's offset this, what we were doing before, because we were using a 78-day offset before. If we do that back to 78 days, then, wait a minute, sorry. 102 was the number. Whoops. Look at it from that context right there. And, guess what? It changes just a little bit and all the pieces fit. And I want to say they actually fit a little bit better with the overall overarching thesis here. You see the big cap just happens to be right there. You see the big dip just happens to be right there. You see this dip right here happens to be right there. What we didn't get is we didn't get this crazy climb, right? So there's a piece that's kind of missing from this equation here. So then the question becomes, do we have like a massive breakout right there that kicks off a mini altcoin season or something like that? I don't know the answer to that. It does not look like it. Like it looks like we might be done for a short period of time and a nice little cool off period here. And if we look at, where are we at here? Boom, 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 boom. So if we look at our data over here and we look at our Bitcoin returns and we look at what we're doing right now, we're up 10% in the month of October after 5% in the month of September. It really looks like we maybe have accomplished what we were looking to do. I mean, I'm not sure. October tends to be a pretty good month. So far, we're up 10%, 6 days in. Could we see this thing continue? And could we see a big rally in the month of November? Well, again, based on money flow, we could be headed for a dip right now. And it could be a substantial dip. Now, that really a lot of that depends on Donald Trump, what's going on with the government shutdown. That might be helping things along a little bit, massaging the wheel, if you will. It could be any number of things. I don't know yet. But we're going to try to guess. And it looks like maybe while I'm over here trying to absolutely dunk on people like Dr. Profit because I think they're wrong and stuff like that, the reality is maybe not. I mean, maybe he ends up being right. We're going to find out. We're going to find out real soon. By the way, I wonder how he's doing. Bitcoin, by the way, breaking down on dominance because of the Ethereum news. Grayscale. The Ethereum staking. And we got it right here. Grayscale Ethereum ETFs are the first in the US to add staking. All right. Grayscale's new feature eliminates a major pain point for Ethereum ETFs, the absence of staking rewards for institutional investors. Grayscale has added staking functionality to its 2-spot Ethereum ETFs in the United States, also added staking to its Solana trust, which is yet to be approved for an ETF conversion. Investors will be able to earn ETH staking rewards from the exchange-traded products. So U.S. investors in exchange-traded funds stacking Ethereum's spot price can receive staking rewards for the first time. This is exactly what will flip the script for Ethereum. Now, the question is, does it start to pump because of that? And I don't know the answer to that yet. We know the returns look good. Heat map probably looks pretty good right now. I got to remember what the data is. What is the data? What am I looking at? What the fuck am I looking at? God damn it. Forgot what it is. Oh, bull market peak indicators. There it is. All right. That's not the one that I'm looking for. What is the one that I'm looking for right now? Right now. Oh, yeah. Bitcoin ETF. That's what it is. Okay. So we don't have any data yet for today on the Bitcoin ETF. We've got no data as well for the Ethereum ETF. So we're going to find it very soon. We'll see it in just a little bit. We'll know whether or not these things are getting approved. So let's go talk about where we are right now. We're going to start with Bitcoin again, up $76 billion on the day. Might see a little bit of come down right there. It's kind of hot. People should be taking profit. We're at 71. I've already sold my Bitcoin. So I'm waiting for the dip, maybe take us back down to 30 based on that M2 money supply. That's coming at some point very soon anyway. So we might as well take advantage of it. We did not get, and by the way, we also got Aster listed on Binance a few hours ago, and all it could muster up was 10%. All it could muster up was a 10% gain. I think I'm going to end up being right about Aster. I think it's done. And now it's just a matter, right, at this point of everybody cashing out, taking their profit, and getting ready for whatever that next leg is going to look like. But Aster, once you find that bottom, once we get to the spot where it's at the bottom, then I think that's where you're going to see just a really kind of crazy run coming from it over the next, who knows? Who knows? It's early. So anyway, haven't changed our long entry right here. We're still at 118,200. We're going to leave that one in for a little while and just see what happens right there. Really want to see, like, does this market weather the storm and continue on to 134.8, or did we just cook ourselves? And are people like Dr. Profit right? We don't know the answer to that right now. I don't think so. I think we've got, I think we've got that 134 coming. I think we'll see a quick rotation. And then from there, I don't know what happens. But we broke out of this downward trend line right now. So Ethereum looks like it's going pretty bullish right here. This is what the breakout looks like. We got 1, 2, 3 full candles so far minted outside of that range, which means that we are now ready for a surge. And that's going to be that entry position right there for Ethereum. If it comes back down to that 45 range right there, I mean, all signs point towards go long. You know what I mean? Until they don't. Anyway, so nothing has changed over there. By the way, this is all brought to you by Margex. If you guys have not, I should put that back up there because dumb. Oh, man, I'm the worst. All right, so on Margex, we haven't triggered anything right now because the market hasn't dipped at all. And we're just not getting anywhere with this avalanche trade, though. Like, God damn, man, we can't get anything going with that one. But what we got right now, 118,200. We haven't changed it yet. Still waiting to see what's going to happen right there. We still got a buy order set on Solana for $215. We got one set for $21.25 on Link, which went up 6% today. And then we've got one set up on Near at 285. So Near is the one. If I'm nervous about one, it's going to be Near, because Near, it looks to me like it's just like it's not strong, but it's not dipping either. So, and that's a lot of the market. So we'll wait and see what happens here. But if you just grant this right here, we got higher lows coming in right now. So I don't know if that holds up or not. I don't know if we've just broken out or whether or not this is just going to be another trend line. It's going to keep going down. Maybe we see that entry position come way low. Still early. Still don't know. Solana, 2 red days in a row. It's kind of reached its top up there. By the way, when you look at it from a market cap standpoint, this is going to get interesting for all of you. Market cap right here. Double topping the top of the market right here with Solana. We're at an all-time high for market cap. We're at an all-time high right now for market cap. The last time we were at this, at an all-time high for market cap, Solana did 253 right there. That's the 4 hour. We need to go back. There you go. On this double top right here, we did 265 and 295. 265, 295. We're at the all-time high in market cap right now, and we could only muster up 254 and now 238. So Solana, it's time to get a little bearish on Solana because it's got a high market cap. It's minting way too many new Solana every day, and the pool's getting diluted. So anything that we said about Solana right now, I don't know. This might be the time, by the way. This is probably where you start looking at shorting. This really is where it's starting to look like, same thing. XRP broke out above. We felt good for a little while as we started to run up into that 310 area, and then guess what? It started to dump again, and we're down below $3 one more time. And we've got this nice trend line here that developed, taking us here, and then here. It's been trying to break out for 4 days right now. Hasn't broken out in 4 days. If we don't get a breakout over 4 days, then it is safe to say that we are probably headed down. So maybe you want to set an entry position. Remember that entry position was $2.70. So if you're looking for it, I don't think that that's changed fundamentally very much. We need some downside momentum here, which seems to be building up in the market. So we'll see what happens. Link, again, did have a nice little breakout today. I have Fibonacci's all over the goddamn place on this one. Jesus Christ. But we're bouncing right now off of the 50-day MA. I don't know if it busts through or not, but it's sitting right here. We went above at 2360, and it still looks like it's been surging just a little bit. And if that's the case, that's all RWA, and that should be a telling sign that RWAs are probably set to explode. Again, we need to see Bitcoin do its run. I think Link is just kind of flexing a little bit, and we'll see whether or not that runs. If it does run, by the way, don't forget API 3 probably follow close along. Maybe not the same market cap. Maybe it doesn't go crazy like Link did, but or Link does. But we should still have a nice and decent run on API 3. SWE up 2% on the day. Not feeling this one. Kind of starting to lag a little bit behind. We're in the descending channel. We're not breaking above. Remember, I just showed you Ethereum breaking above. I just showed you XRP trying to break above. SWE is not even breaking to the top of the range right now, which means that we're bearish on SWE at the moment. Same thing over here for Avalanche. We're getting no traction from Avalanche at this point. All we're getting is a massive dump. If we take some of those, big candles off, you can actually see, like, I mean, it really looks like it's just dump. You know what I mean? If it breaks over, by the way, goes up above and retests 3120, I think we become bullish again. And also, ultimately, once we got that golden cross and we got that little breakout over here, and it started to really, really go on the daily right here, then, I mean, it would stand a reason that you get another test on the 50 because people are going to dump. So could be that you get a 28 or lower on this. You might even get that. I hope you set that buy order at 2720. That should be a pretty good spot right there for to set a bid. And then, maybe we get that big rally. Near protocol up 3.5% today. Let's get this to the 4. By the way, the market still does not want to dump. Like, the market still does not want to dump. Like, we're still watching. These things are consolidating up $70 billion on the day. I'm interested to see what the Asian markets are going to do. Now, when you look at it from that context and you go back to the 1 hour, guess what? For about 4 hours now, we've been bleeding. 5 hours now. We've been bleeding a little bit of capital, but 4.26 trillion is what we ran up to. You run up to 4.26 trillion. That's a new all-time high for the overall crypto market cap, but it is still a Bitcoin market, still complicated, still waiting for that moment to happen. Also, H-bar, told you guys, I wasn't seeing anything about H-bar that was ready for a breakout. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh shit, actually it is breaking out. And then we kind of zoom out here a little bit. And then we got the big candle today. So 7% on that today. Did not get the low over here. I'm gonna hold on for this one, and we're gonna see what happens if it comes down into that range. Still looking to see that happen. Sonic Chain, we're gonna dump this one, by the way, because I mean we're just not talking about Sonic Chain, and I'm not really thinking about trading it. So we're gonna drop that down to the next tier there. Arrow. Arrow's testing the 50 MA. If it breaks above and it gets to the top of this range and it gets a breakout, then we're bullish. If not, it's coming back down. I would set a bid right now. So if you're going to buy it on spot, 95 cents right here. 1, 2, and we got 3 right there. 97 cents. And 97 cents will correspond to the top over here. So that range right there, basically $1, it looks like. So if you get in the dollar range, I would scoop up some Aerodrome. Probably going to have a nice run from $1. Might dip down a little bit more. Could see it test the 200 MA, which is at 81 cents. So I wouldn't go all in at $1, but I would throw a couple thousand at it, just kind of see what happens there. If it pumps, you make a few $100. If it doesn't and it dumps, DCA your way down until you get to like 82 cents. This 200 MA should be creeping up and continuing to creep upwards like that. We'll see that continue that move up there. So when it crashes down, maybe 88, 89, 85 cents, somewhere in that range, but you'll be into profit a lot quicker if you do that. So see what happens. Pendle, same as HBAR, kind of breaking out here. RWA or lending institution app, stuff like that, having a good road. And I did tell you guys that I think that it's going to break up to the top of this range. How's he going to do that in a bear market or in a bearish portion of the market when the rest of it's dumping? Well, it may not be that easy. We might see Bitcoin blow itself off in the next little while. We might see a big run by Bitcoin. After that big run by Bitcoin, maybe, just maybe, we see a little bit of retracement off of Bitcoin. We see it start to dump, and then we see a magical altcoin season happen, like a short sort of, pre-Christmas altcoin season. Now we're looking for it. So maybe it doesn't happen, but also maybe it does. I don't like, by the way, I don't like where the more I look at that money supply and the more I think about that money supply thing, the more I'm like, man, did we just miss it? We just got that big move. You know what I mean? Like maybe we're just not getting an altcoin season, we will get one, just we're not going to get it right now. It's difficult to say at this point, especially with the government shutting down. Like, are we going to get a rate cut? There's a bunch of different things that we're looking for. So we're going to be paying attention to a lot of that. Also, Mantra is now breaking to the top of its range. It's going to have to break above 18.5 cents in order for it to have an actual break back up. And then if it does that, then I would expect to see 20 cents coming pretty quickly right there. And then if that happens on the 4-hour, it's going to be, this will be the first time looking at it, like going back over here, like it will be one of the first times that we've been completely bullish, except for that little break that we had right above here back in July when it ran up to 40 cents. So you might be fortunate and you might see something happen here. Not sure yet, but we'll see. Devi, again, Devi did a nice little rip off of that 40-cent low or 44-cent low, whatever it was. Now we've got upside momentum. I got, and by the way, we did flip on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we did have a golden cross. With a golden cross right now, that should mean some tremendous upside. And it just happened a couple of hours ago. With that being the case, you could expect to see some kind of pump here into, maybe this range right here at about 55, 56 cents. Zooming out right now, you can see that there is kind of if you look at it, there is sort of a trend line there developing that doesn't look very, right about there. Other than this breakout right here, that looks like we've got resistance, and now we're consolidating. Again, Devi, complicated right now. The only thing that's going to make this move, the only thing that's going to make this thing move the right way is going to be that partnership announcement. That's the only thing that's going to make something happen there. So be watching for that, and we'll see what happens there. Definity had a nice big move, was running pretty good. dumped right down to the 50-200 crossover after we got on the 4 hour, we got a golden cross. The moment we got the golden cross, they dumped. I don't know who it was that dumped. It really doesn't matter at this point. But we're down 14% off of that. I never got, I was told that they were sending it and they never sent anything. So I don't know. As far as, I mean, you know, again, this is one of those things where I'm expecting to see something. It's not happening. And I have no like response or anything like that for it. So I have no idea. Yeah, we got nothing, but we're doing a game, by the way. We're gonna be playing Pikamoon. If you haven't seen that one yet, we'll be playing Pikamoon in the next couple days on a live stream. API 3, same thing over here. Again, you know, the way that it's coming down right now, you know, 75 cents maybe if you get lucky, but it's going to run pretty hard when it does break out. VeChain, same thing, just not looking very, very strong. You might be noticing this, by the way. You saw a couple days where we had, after Bitcoin had run up, you saw a couple days where we really just started to see altcoins dissipate quite a bit, and we really haven't seen them recover yet. So, or at least start to mint back to the upside. I mean, again, where we were in September, like we're not where we were in the middle of September. So what does that tell you? That tells me that the altcoin season that we were hoping for may have already happened, and we're just not going to get one. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to get a big one, if you will. So I don't worry about that because I've got plenty of different cryptos. Again, most of it's going to be relying on Devi having their big announcement and doing something right there. But, you know, otherwise, I've just got some bags that I'm holding. Speaking of bags that I'm holding, we're going to get into that in just a moment. Centrifuge up 6.5% on the day. I told you I didn't see anything happen with Centrifuge. Looked like it was coming down and then boom, broke back out, went up 7%. Syrup did not, but I do remain bullish on that. I bought some more Lunk today. I bought it at 55. It's at 56 right now. So I'm up a tiny bit. It's not worth, you know, taking profit or anything. And Tau, my Tau bag is up 10.5% today. And I have, I want to say 4 Tau. So it's been a pretty good day for that. Aster, which again, Aster had a big run up here a few hours ago to $2.21, came all the way back down. So Aster is going to dump here. It's lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, not a higher high. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to get tricked into getting in here. But your entry is going to be down here at $1.23. Does not mean that I'm right. Does not mean that it's not going to go higher. Just means that what I'm seeing right now, lower highs every single time. And at some point, we're going to start minting lower lows. Right now, we've avoided that, but it will not stay that way because it's no longer as bullish. We got the listing on Binance. Once Binance opens up the trading, once it starts, you know, we'll see what happens. But I don't see it as I don't think it's going to pump a lot. So if anything changes, I'll let you know. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, if you got into Exceller and you listened to me, then guess what? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Look what you got a couple hours ago. Remember, we're talking about this, and I was like, you know what? If you get in that 2, then you're going to get a nice little run. By the time we were done at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it ran all the way up back to a penny, which, son of a bitch, who told you it was going to go back to a penny? Oh, yeah, it was this guy. So it went back to a penny. Then it dumped super hard, but it minted a new higher low right there. And now it's starting to make its way up. Now, what I would suggest here is it's probably not going any higher than 0.008 on this next surge. And then it's probably going to come back down. Now, they do have an announcement 10 days, 11 days from now. So I don't know if that's going to matter or if we're done on Exceller. But it's been a whirlwind. Been a whirlwind. Now, let's look at a few of these other ones over here, and we'll talk about what is going on. We see that Blocky is now up 100% on the day. So if you have yourself a bag of Blocky, then guess what? Shout out to you. You got a 2x off of an easy 2x off of it. MK is up 12%. Bonk is up 10%. Mantra is up 4%. API is up 3%. TAR is up 1%. Then you have Crocky down 90%. That's generally people. Crocky is blocky and rocky, and I mean, just add a name. And everybody, I'm sure, is moving their money over into blocky because now they want to have. Now they, I don't know. Roger reached out to me today. I think I'm going to have a call with him in a couple days, and we'll talk about what's going on with blocky, and then we'll, I'll get into it, and we'll see. Right wing is down 26% on the day. Definity, again, down 15%. 100x Solana. Remember, Crocky, Rocky, Blocky, and 100x Solana, it's all the same. So they're coming down because everybody's moving their money over into Blocky. They're moving their money over into Blocky because Blocky's got an announcement coming. So people are trying to position themselves accordingly. So if you missed the pump or you missed the opportunity, I don't know what to tell you on that. As far as the rest of these go, Volt, that Volt one right here, still coming down. Don't see anything positive over there. I'm in the chat with these guys, and I haven't really seen them talk about too much other than engage with the one thing or look, let me tell you something. I've been in these chats long enough to know that these hoes ain't loyal. Okay. I feel uncomfortable at this point talking about this Volt project. I don't have a problem with the project per se. I don't have a problem with anything that they are doing or have done, except that they had a gigantic pump already. So that's the only thing that's quote unquote wrong with it right now. At best, though, if it gets a nice little surge at 1.2 cents, I think it's going to be about the top of the chain for it if it gets that opportunity to pump. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see. But it's difficult for me to see at this point any kind of real progress happening over here because, guys, I can't show it to you because it would be irresponsible of me to show it to you. But you would not believe the amount of influencers who are in a chat right now for this project where one of the guys is just like, engage with this. Like, you guys want to pump your bags and shit? Like, I don't give a shit if I pump my bag or not. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, but everybody, Ryan, Rag, Rich, Ryan's Riches, whatever, there's all these different people who had this crazy narrative that they were doing. They are quiet as fuck right now. They don't talk about it. They don't say anything about it. I'm not saying that I'm not going to make a profit while you guys take a loss every once in a while. I'm not saying that that won't happen, because that will happen from time to time. But I think these guys just, like, they don't know their audiences, or they don't care about their audiences or something like that. So they just, they use them as exit liquidity. They make a bunch of money, and then they leave a crater in their wake, and then they just stop talking about it, and they pretend, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's going to happen over there. I reached out to the team and I said, hey man, give me some more tokens if you want me to do something. Cause you gave me $375 to $750 for a video, 375 in cash, 375 in your own crypto. And it's like $260 now. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to cut this one short. We're only going to go 30 minutes today. I don't want to take all your time up for the evening. I'm going to go get my swole on, if you will. Maybe do another gym session for the evening. I'm trying to get into the zone. If you guys haven't paid attention to it, I am putting the work in. I'm doing all the stuff here, trying to make myself healthier and healthier and healthier. And I'm working hard at it. So I'm going to keep working at it. So you guys have a good evening. I will see you in the morning. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go.